Folks, do you crave spoilers for anything that has Wayusha de Aru in the title? Because we're about to spoil all of them. Whether it's Yuki-Yuna Wayusha de Aru, Washosumi Wayusha de Aru, and the new one coming out, if not out already, Nogi Wakaba Wayusha de Aru. We're gonna spoil them all. Because this is a retrospective and dub review. We are watching something we've already watched, but we're watching the dub of it. So we're going to be talking about events coming up. We're going to be spoiling the hell out of this very plot twist-laden show called Yuki-Yuna is a Hero, Episode 3. Dave, what do you remember about Episode 3?
Isn't this where we meet Karin?
This is exactly where we meet Karin, yes.
This is the episode that doesn't do much, but does it well. It's, Madoka's friend.
Sayaka?
Yeah.
Okay. I was hoping we wouldn't get any Madoka influence here, but I guess it can't be helped. It's not like Sayaka's voice actor was bad or anything, so...
Exactly, she wasn't the problem.
So I've come to realize that the heroes fighting the Vertex are one inept organization fighting another. Because shouldn't the humans just be, instead of wasting their time making a Jukai, which is basically an airlock buffer, why don't they just let the things in and blow them up with tanks and shit? And the Vertex have the lamest weakness. They're horrible, godless monstrosities unless you sing a song, and then that exposes their core without their consent or beyond their ability to stop, and then basically lets them get one shot by little girls.
Okay, now, if I remember correctly after this episode, we don't get to see much ceiling.
No,
Ceiling sort of goes away.
At that point, they just start to go, you know what, why bother? If we can just hit the core right away, who cares if it regenerates, it'll be dead.
Yeah, it's more of a introduction to being a hero. Ceiling also or something like, we don't need this shit.
In other words, you are no longer... My name's Kari Miyoshi. I'm an official true hero. Specifically chosen by the Taisha. In other words, you are no longer needed. So your work here is done. Bye-bye.
Huh?
Yeah, okay, see you later. Bye. Why no Hero Club out. Man. And then later they're like, man, I'm so glad we don't have to fight anymore. Meanwhile, Karin's dead.
And that would have happened, too. If they could literally just hand in her phones right now to her, next mission, it's all over.
Well, if they knew what was coming, they would. Like, if they had some insight, like if Itsuki's gift of clairvoyance was a little clearer.
Oh, other than death.
I'll talk about it more when she's dealing the death cards that we know she's going to deal here soon. I suspect Itsuki's ability to fortune tell is not some mere hobby. I suspect she's actually clairvoyant to a degree, and I'll explain why. But if that gift was a little better, they'd be all like, yeah, let's hand in our fucking phones. I've seen what happens to us, man. Let's just let this girl die. Let's just leave.
I don't know if they would, actually.
Reminds me of that picture I once saw on Tumblr where it was a set of pictures, and it was that scene in Lion King where Mufasa was like, Scar, brother, help me. And Scar was like, long live the king. And then the next scene, they're both up on the cliff, and Mufasa's like, I almost died.
Yeah.
Hilarity.
Kind of kills the conflict in that.
Just a little bit, just a little bit.
A loyal Scar? Now, there's an Elseworld style.
A little bit of an Elseworld, just a little bit.
To make a perfectly
Oh,
calibrated-
Karin. If only you knew what your terminal actually is. Here's what they really did. After one of the past heroes, Jean, died, the one that was survived by Togo and by Sonoko, they took her terminal, dusted it off, and kind of gave it to you. That's what they did. That's the Taisha, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
So honorable. So Moral Poise is such a great episode title. They are the worst.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's Jean's terminal. You know, the one who sacrificed her life to save her friends because for some reason on this planet they're using little girls to fight Cthulhu.
Seems fine. Hey, renewable resource.
Okay, you're gonna need a primer on what the word renewable means. And an additional primer on what resource means.
Yes, that's true.
Oh boy.
And in a new law handed down by the Taisha, You be fucking.
You know, in the end, Karin actually came out really well, because she didn't have to suffer through a disability for nearly as long as the rest. Yeah, okay, in the end, when she went all crazy and haywire, she lost her sight and her hearing and a bunch of bodily functions.
And
But-
her legs and her...
For all of, like, 15 minutes until they finally won and they all got their facilities back. And, you know, she lucked out in the end, really.
Sure she did.
Oh, there was 5 or 10 minutes where I was legitimately scared for her. But otherwise, she actually she got off easy, really. And she got to be a total badass at the same
Okay,
time.
she got off easy compared to the others, but it wasn't like it was just, 5 minutes later she got it back.
Okay, fine, there was...
They went through a while of still having problems.
Sorry, she had to suffer for a week. Sorry. Togo's been suffering for years. Oh no, Karin's week sure compares. Sunoko's been bedridden for how long?
Okay, sure. I'm not downplaying those.
Actually, if you look at what each of Sunoko's fairies can do,
Yeah.
some of them have the dumbest power. She has like 20-something, because she mankite 20 times to save Togo. The whole basis for that really crappy PS Vita game is that one of her fairies can create dream worlds. She uses it to trap them in one, thinking that they would be better off. One of her fairies is adept at fluffing pillows. And all her fairies have this weird list of mundane, inane crap skills. So she might not be as super powered as we think.
Fluff the pillow.
Bandage Girl got some skills!
Totally channeling.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? I gotta find voice actor. I can be reminded of Madoka a little bit to get the good voice actor out of there. It's not like Madoka's dub was its biggest issue.
Of course.
No, everything else about Madoka was its biggest issue, but not the dub.
Can I edit this video to bring QB in?
Well, I'm the one editing it, so no.
We'll send QB's running around in the background.
Here's the thing. If I put any QB in this, I'm going to balance it out with some Bill Cyphers. And then I'm going to be worried that I'm actually letting him see into my mind. So maybe not.
Bill Cipher would turn you into QB.
Bill Cypher's a dick.
But it's worse than I thought.
Does Bill Cipher have a dick? Questions for later. Okay, so let's just say someone who's not part of, who's not a hero, is peeking into this room. Okay, do they see Yuna hold up this piece of beef jerky made from a cow, mind you, and then it just vanish into thin air
Yes.
as Gyuki eats it?
Yes, because I believe I read that normal humans can't see the fairies. I think her panda back there could take him.
Oh, this is another one of those things where you think it's so cute right now that she has 3. And then you realize later why. Oh, the tears. Sadness.
You know, that's an additional bonus of rewatching this. I get to see you get mentally scarred a second time.
It's...
It may be lesser mental scarring, but it's still mental scarring.
Why do I scar my own mind? Why do I do this to myself? Okay, since she's doing tarot readings now, let's bring this up. Itsuki actually takes this thing of hers very seriously. She actually studies the various histories and cultures of Earth to determine what they used in their fortune telling, in their forecasting, let's say. And she uses all of this to kind of tailor her readings and her method, to the point that apparently whenever she does readings for people, they're almost always accurate. This ends up being quite true in the case of her when she does a reading for herself in the next episode. And B, that makes me think that she actually has a power that perhaps she is clairvoyant to a degree, and these cards are just kind of a medium to focus it, and she doesn't even realize that she has that power. That was fun facts about Itsuki.
Sounds like bullshit to me.
Oh, I honestly believe that tarot readings are just as valid in this universe as they are in ours, which is to say they're not at all. it's Itsuki's power that's making it happen that way.
Maybe.
As a hero,
Oh,
you
Yuna, you are
fun.
so dumb. She has the hairpin on her swim cap. Did you see that?
Mhm.
Isn't that Hazard? Also, I like this about the episode the first time I saw it, and I like it again. Despite Karin's every attempt to completely put Yuna off, Yuna just cannot be convinced that this person doesn't like her. It's cute.
Bit of a dunce.
She's slightly ignorant.
No, I think
She's trying to be all serious, like, so the Cthulhu god monsters, well, they don't really know they're god monsters yet, but, like, they're attacking this way, and they're all, like eating their snacks like it's popcorn.
They might as well just have the sort of carnival theme going on in the background. Do, 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 do.
I also like how, like, she just cannot piss them off. They're immune to her, what's the word, brashness? It's just so, it's hilarious. It's little bits of humor like this that really sold the show's school life component to me, which is especially impressive because I do not like school life shows whatsoever.
Yeah, you're also not a very big fan of slice of life.
That's right. That's what I just said.
Can they, Karin? Can they end up dead?
Not yet.
Oh, the truth! The horrible, horrible truth. When you are denied even your right to die. It's gonna turn out fine, right?
That is one thing that we never really found out in the show. They can't kill themselves. But
They would
can
need to
Vertex
use... Yeah, the
actually kill them.
Yeah, they need to get hit with an attack that'll stop their fairy's defense, right? Like when Togo tried to slice her neck to demonstrate to Karin and to Fu later that the fairies are keeping them from killing themselves, thus forcing them to be child soldiers against their will forever. Like, she demonstrated it and her egg fairy stopped her. I'm pretty sure if she was able to slash her own throat at, like, say, Mach 3, maybe it'd have a harder time stopping her.
Maybe.
Well, here we are. Excuse me. Hey, wait a sec! Who said you could come in? What are you doing?
What a dull room.
That's so rude of you to say!
All right.
It's kind of mean of Fu to just tear her down like that.
Being brutally honest. Don't hide behind social standards.
Sure.
Just like in Japanese, that says a lot about her character.
Yeah.
Why did you come here?
And
Never
her
had
family.
never had birthdays, yeah, because her family is like this high-ranking Taisha family, and
Yeah.
yeah, I guess her brother is very strict and harsh with judgment on her and all that, and so not only is the Taisha the scummiest organization alive, they also sometimes don't ignore the basic needs that these young women have and need in their day-to-day upbringing, so that they don't, have mental breakdowns at the wrong times. Fu. So the Taisha is basically the most incompetent organization. And it's a good thing they're fighting such an incompetent enemy, too, or they'd be in trouble.
Wait, is any of their parents unaware?
Togo's parents were fully aware back when she was adopted as a Washio Sumi by
Yeah,
the
that
Sumi
one I
family.
knew.
And then when she lost her memory and they just gave her back to her family because, dust her off, put her back to her family, make them move next door to Yuna, who they've already been scouting.
Do Yuna's parents know?
I don't know. I do know that Yuna learned martial arts from her dad.
Okay. So out of the 5 girls, only Yuna's parents might not be in on the joke.
I don't know if I'd call it a joke.
Oh, it's a joke.
Oh, it's
alright.
a joke. You're right. It's a miracle they survived in the end.
All I'm seeing is a whole bunch of Gendo Akaris around a fucking table, just, yeah.
Hey, new Gendo here. I've been thinking, are we monsters? Are we monsters?
I mean, Gendo Akari would go in there and be like, okay, you know something? You know who the Taisha would be in that case? Those freaking pillars that were always around the table.
Sele,
In Ava. So, and Gendo took them out.
can we stop bringing up inferior series?
What, are you saying that Ava's inferior to this?
I'm
'Cause
saying
it is.
Ava's inferior to a lot of things.
Stop overscheduling me! We have so much...
Alright, that was episode 3 of Yuki Yuna is a Hero, the English dub. For those of you just joining us, go back to the fucking beginning of the video. What are you doing? Like, this is YouTube. You don't have to... You're not bound by the constraints of regular television. Like, come on, man. Get it together.
I'd say it's more that their Flash player is messing up if they're starting here.
Shoutouts to Adobe, which probably exists in this world still, despite nothing. Of all the things to survive, Adobe.
Flash.
Somehow saved by its bugginess. Just refused to get deleted by the Vertex. So, Karin's voice actor, I think, is very fitting.
Spot on.
Yep. Again, the dub for the show has been pretty good. So, no complaints there. Next episode is another kind of everyday life one where we're given some very ominous hints as to what's to come. We get to see more Karin integration into the group. Yeah, episodes 3 and 4 are kind of the breather before they really hit us with some shit in episode 5, and then we get another breather before they really hit us with some even bigger shit after that. Then it's just throwing shit at us over and over again, and you can't handle it because they're so happy.
We shotgun the last, 5 episodes?
7. The last 7 of this 12-episode series.
Wow, we were really going, weren't we?
I did not sleep that night. I was in bed just jittering.
I was in bed just nice and relaxed.
Like, I get all uppity seeing Dipper and Mabel's impending splitting Gravity Falls. What do you think this show makes me feel? Like,
thankfully, the only show that has caused me anything like that was Cross Ange.
sure, I heard that after its horrible first couple, it gets good. I'll take your word for it, because I don't really want to go back, but I
which is hilarious, seeing as that show is full of strong female protagonists.
And Yuri and all that. Speaking of Yuri, it's very strongly hinted in later episodes and in extended universe materials that Karin has the biggest crush on Yuna, and they kind of... They touched on it just a little bit in this episode. We got more of the unnecessary fan service at the pool, this time centered around Karin. It was very brief, but it is there.
Yeah, there was a tight ass shot. I noticed it.
A wholly unnecessary one.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, it's a good episode, and you know, when we originally watched this, I was so sick of school life shows, and when this show ended up not being that, I was delighted. But these 2 episodes, by all rights, should have turned me off, and they didn't.
Well, okay, but if you remember back, go back and watch our impressions of episode 1.
Or listen to our
Or
impressions.
listen to it in
Because we didn't have videos of our
Japanese.
Japanese watch.
Ultimately, the first half of the episode was turning you off because this was yet another slice of life show.
And
so it seemed...
It wasn't a bad one. It was
True,
just-
but we'd already been through so many of them that we turned away in the fall 2014.
Which we will have done sometime in 2016.
Look, dude, the only show we don't have done is the dance one.
And the really dumb one with the 7 Deadly Sins. 7 Deadly Sins.
The Natsu no Taizai.
You got it! I'm so shocked sometimes by you, Dave.
I think we can, as of this episode, just say fall 2014 is done.
Nope! We will continue onward! And in 2016, maybe 2017, we will finish our coverage of the fall 2014 anime season. Then we'll be ready to tackle... No, we're not doing another... We're not doing this again, man. This whole season covering thing.
But fall 2015 is around the corner.
Nope. So here's the thing. This was a good breather episode, and the next episode is also a bit of a breather, but sets up some ominous stuff, and it's inoffensive and fun. And I like a lot about Yuki Yuna, and there's not much to say. The dub's really good, and the show's really good, and I'm enjoying this retrospective. Karin, get that stupid bang out from your forehead. It's not cool, and every time I see it, I want to wipe. I want to pretend it's dirt and wipe it off your face.
It's fine.
It would itch my forehead so hard.
So would hair.
You know what? I have a solution to this problem. You just sit there. Don't move. I'm gonna call in a favor from a friend who may or may not be a hero with a sniper rifle. And your head's gonna explode in due time. And I'll finally be happy again.
No, you won't. You're lying to yourself. If it wasn't for me, you'd be miserable.
That remains to be seen. That was episode 3. Final thoughts.
Still good as it was.
CarlsDaveAnimeRave.com is your home on the web for discussing the boneheaded methods of organizations that are desperately trying to stave off the final apocalypse of humanity. You'll note that most of them don't know what the hell they're doing. The Taisha is no different.
There is one thing the Taisha has above most of the others.
What's that?
It's not a student council.
You're right! It is not a student council! Watch in The Inevitable Yuki Yuna 2, we learn it actually is a student council. But that is for another time. Maybe in that whole prequel thing with Sonoko's ancestor, we'll find out it's a student council. Who knows? What do you do? Bye, folks!